What's going on? We are here. We are going to be predicting the Ravens' entire 2026 season. We're going to do this with every single team. Starting off with the game against the Colts, I think this is going to be an easy W. To be completely honest, I feel like Baltimore is pretty good this year. I mean, as long as they have Lamar, they're going to be good, and I don't think the Colts are going to be that threatening. Moving on to the Saints, I think this is back-to-back Ws. I just don't see a team like the Saints beating the Ravens in this situation. They are much improved what they were probably a couple of years ago, but they still aren't great. They are still just your Saints, so they are not the biggest threat in the world. I think they also win against the Cowboys. I think they start 3-0. This is a very easy schedule for the Ravens, and as they finished second in their division, it's not that shocking. They didn't win it, so they'll have to play all the division winners, but they still have to play some okay opponents. And I think Dallas could give us a run for our money, but Lamar against the NFC, I think it's okay. He's pretty much unbeatable on that side. Next, they also beat the Titans. I don't see the Titans being very good this year, to be honest. Maybe they improve a little bit, but honestly, Cam Ward didn't look that great last year, and I don't think he's going to necessarily be this great. They still missing a lot of pieces on offense, and I just don't see Tennessee winning that. I also think they beat the Falcons, so they start 5-0 pretty easily here. I think the Falcons are a team where I think they could possibly upset the Ravens, but I think it is still a very, very low chance that they do turn around and upset the Ravens, just given the fact that I just feel like their offense has a lot of firepower, but their defense, I feel like, is a little lackluster, and their offense still has to figure out how to put all that firepower together. And then, they've had that James Pierce drama throughout this offseason, and he probably won't be on the team, I'm assuming, given the fact that he's basically committed massive amount of crimes. I do think they start 6-0 as well. I think they beat Cleveland in this first matchup for sure. I don't think Cleveland's going to be good at all this year. They feel like they are going to be set up to be like really, really bad. They are really setting up for this draft, and it sounds like they're going to start Deshaun Watson again. And they just traded away Miles Garrett. Their head coach was the Ravens' offensive coordinator last year, and I don't think he's necessarily that great. I'm not bought into him. I think Baltimore moves on and wins this and starts 6-0. I do think they actually start 7-0. This Baltimore team, people are sleeping on them. They struggled a bit last year. I think Jesse Minter is the right guy because offensively, you just let Lamar, Derrick Henry do their thing, and you're fine. You really needed that defense, that high-paid defense to perform well, and I just don't think the Bengals are necessarily going to be that great. Obviously, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, they might be able to get one of these two games, and I might have them winning one of the two games. They obviously still have the other game to play, but I think right now Baltimore is going to be on a hot streak. Bengals usually struggle to start the year. They still have Zach Taylor, which is dumb to me, and I think the Bengals end up losing this game. Buffalo, that will be the first loss. I think Buffalo wins this. Playing in Buffalo, Lamar struggles against these really good teams. I think Buffalo pulls off this victory, and Baltimore finally loses one, which honestly, it had to happen at some point. I do think they, though, beat Jacksonville. Jacksonville has not been very good against Baltimore, even though Jacksonville, I think, will be a very solid team this year. Trevor Lawrence obviously took a huge step forward, but I don't see them beating Baltimore in Baltimore. I think that's going to be a little bit of a tougher matchup, and I don't see it happening. I think Baltimore, they're 8-1 right now, which is crazy. They're gonna lose some games down the stretch here. I do believe that, but I do think they start off really well. And against the Chargers, Jesse Minter's former team, I think they honestly win this game too. Obviously, Harbaugh is a very good head coach, and this game could be a very interesting. This could be a game they lose. I think realistically, if this was in yeah, I said San Diego tonight. If this is game in LA, I do honestly believe that the Chargers can win, but I think being in Baltimore, I think this being Jesse Minter's former team, I think he's going to have it out to try to win this game. So I think we win this one. We also win against the Panthers, I believe, as well. The Panthers actually were pretty improved last year, but they still weren't great. Bryce Young still doesn't look very, very good. So I think the win against the Panthers are very doable. I think it is going to happen, and I have no fret that they start this season out 10-1, which would be insane. I don't think this is happening. They're going to choke a couple of those early games. They always do. They do lose to the Texans though. Playing in Texas, I think they're going to end up losing that game. Houston just has a great defense, and Baltimore's got to lose some of these games here at some point, and they play a lot of their better opponents to the mid and to the end of the season. But honestly, the schedule is pretty easy because a lot of the teams that they play that I do believe are pretty good, I don't think are necessarily that great, but and they still have a lot of talent. Then they're on bye, and then they play the Buccaneers. I think they win this game. The Buccaneers are one of those teams where I feel like they are also kind of like the Bengals. They're holding on to their head coach too long, and it's going to cost them in the grand scheme of things. And I think they're going to struggle a little bit this season. And I think Todd Bowles is going to be gone. I think he's a great defensive coordinator. He just cannot run an offense to save his life. I don't think, personally, without a really good offensive coordinator. And I don't know if they've really gotten a good offensive coordinator. I mean, obviously, their offensive coordinator went to Jacksonville and performed extremely well last year, so they need to find somebody else like him. I do believe they'll lose to Pittsburgh. They're going to split the Pittsburgh series. It's just how it is. I'm going to say they might honestly lose both because they're not probably going to need to play in the last week, but they're definitely going to lose this first one. I just think playing in Pittsburgh, they've been on a hot streak. They're going to have to lose some games. So they've only lost 3 games so far, which is kind of crazy, to be honest. And then against Cleveland, Cleveland's gonna be really bad, so they're gonna win this game anyway. And then they'll lose against the Bengals and beat the Steelers to finish off the season. I believe. I think they split the Bengals Steelers series, so you can kind of switch it up however you want. I think the home team is gonna win most of those. To be completely honest, I think the home atmosphere and those rivalries is more important. So the Baltimore Ravens finish the season off with only 3 losses, so I think that makes them what 14-3. 15-3, sorry, 15-3. The 17 games always mess me up. I don't know why. 15-3 is how they finish. No, 15. Oh my God, what am I talking about? They aren't finishing 15-3. They lost or no, they lost one of the last two, so they finished 14-4. Sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about there, but let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Do you think this is how the Ravens season is going to go?